I cannot believe that 2025 is next week. How is that? That was a quick year. So how can you become a UGC creator for 2025? I am going to break it down from the start. What is UGC? How does it work? And give you the details on how you can set yourself up and get yourself ready for 2025. UGC stands for User Generated Content, which is the user generating the content. So the content creator, you, will create the content, and the brand or business or company, whoever, will purchase that content from you, and they're either going to use it organically on their account or it's going to be used for paid ads. And you don't have to do anything with it. You do not have to post it on your account. You do not have to promote it, nothing like that. You are creating the content for them. Nowadays, social media is huge, obviously. Brands and businesses need a lot of content, especially if they just run on social media. If their business is focused solely on getting customers through social media, they need to have a lot of content. So we have creators producing this content and getting paid to produce the content rather than promote it. That's the huge difference, if you're wondering, from an influencer and a UGC creator. So a UGC creator, you don't have to focus on growing a following, and people are dependent on you, your account, to promote whatever it is. Influencers do that. So this influencer needs to have a following or a very engaged audience to get paid to promote this product or post on their Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. A UGC creator will create the post and give it to the brand, and that's theirs. We do nothing with it on our end. It is now for them to use how they would like. And if you're an influencer, you can charge brands. The higher the following, the higher the engagement, the higher the price point for them they can make even more money. Obviously, more if you have a high following, it's more than a UGC video. So that's the difference between the two. It seems like a small difference, but it is a very big difference. Sometimes it'll be more beneficial or budget friendly for a startup company or something like that to ask a UGC creator to make videos rather than paying an influencer to post and take their content to use. So there's a wide range of UGC content that can be made. Who is using UGC content? There's a lot of people using UGC content nowadays. As you can see, it's blown up a lot. There's so many creators out there, and there's so many people producing content for brands, and there's so many brands that need so much content. It's great for people who just love creating content. I'm telling you, you have to love creating content. If I could say anything, there are a lot of ups and downs, and consistency is so key. You will want to give up, but you cannot give up if you really, really want to do it, because it is a lot of work if you're doing it on your own. So now, how are you going to set yourself up for starting UGC in 2025? Well, let's just get into it. Let's start off with the most important thing. You're going to start, your focus is going to be building your portfolio. Your portfolio is really important because it's basically your resume. That's going to be what you're sending out, how you're pitching yourself to brands and clients, and showing that you know how to create content, you know how to edit, and things like that. And I know you're going to say, I've never worked with any brands. How do I create a portfolio? You can make your own videos from products around your house. You can script out your own videos, create a couple, focus on things you want to be creating for, and put that on your portfolio. I have a video on step-by-step how to create your portfolio. I'll link it. But your portfolio is really, really important, because that's like you're introducing yourself with that. That is what they are going to want to see. They're going to ask to see that. The next thing you're going to do is create an email address, a totally separate email address just for your UGC, just for people to contact you. It will make your life so much easier, because then all of your work, anyone that's contacting you, anyone you're contacting, everything is just going to be under one work business email. You took the time to build your portfolio, you made the email, and now what you're going to do is make some type of social account to optimize for UGC. That email that you just made, put it in the bio of that account. I'm not saying make this social account so you could get millions and millions of followers and things like that, but it's really good to kind of put yourself into the UGC community. You will find a lot of opportunities that way. You will meet a lot of creators that way, and you will learn a lot that way. It's really important, I think, that you do this. And again, I'm not saying to make this social account to build this huge following. Of course, if you want, you can go for it. But it's not crucial to getting work. I was making hundreds and thousands of dollars before I even hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. And that's because it's not the driving force for getting content from me. They're not asking me to post it on Instagram or anything like that. They see that I know how to edit and that I know how to talk to the camera and create content. So that's what they're paying for. They're not paying for me to promote anything. You have this account and people can find you through this. The more you put yourself out there, the easier it'll be, because people will then be reaching out to you and answering and sending you emails, pitching you, asking if they can get content from you, and that will make your life so much easier, because pitching can take time. You're writing emails and sending them out to all different people. That takes time. And how great would it be if then all of a sudden, after a couple of months, half your clients are reaching out to you and then the other half you're reaching out to? That's awesome. Even better if you're getting so much work that you don't even have to pitch. That's the goal. That's amazing. If you do this, you will realize that you will get asked to create content, not because of your following, but because of how you create the content or how you talk to the camera or how you edit. Now you're gonna wanna calculate your rates. I actually am doing research right now. I'm not gonna go like so into calculating your rates, because I'm actually going to make a video on rates because it's been asked for and it's a scary video to make. I've just been paying attention and kind of doing research in plan to make a video about setting your rates. And I've accumulated a lot of data from a bunch of different creators, a bunch of different channels. Anyone talking about setting rates for UGC, I took note of, and now I'm just working on the video. But you want to know what? I did see a post that I was like, oh, this is probably good to just mention. Okay, yeah, so it says UGC rates as a beginner and UGC rates as an experienced creator. And this is just a roundabout. I'm just going to throw this in here to kind of give you a roundabout price. So as a beginner, per video, $150. As an experienced creator, $250 per video. But I'm going to be honest, because I feel like beginner, the definition of beginner is different for a lot of people. If I think beginner, I'm thinking of someone that doesn't know what they're doing. Or are they saying beginner as someone who knows what they're doing, knows how to edit, all that fun stuff, but you're still a beginner? I feel like, yeah, that's more what this is geared towards, because truthfully, as a beginner, if you don't know what you're doing and honestly your content's not that great, you should not be charging $150 per video. No one's going to pay you that. I'm just being honest. Like, no one's going to be paying you almost $200 if you have no idea what you're doing. That's just, I don't really like that, but I just screenshotted it for kind of a roundabout. I would say if you're a beginner and personally, when I first started out, I knew editing basics and stuff like that, and I was talking to the camera decently well, and I was accepting free products, free gigs, and charging from $50 to $100 per video. I felt like the sweet spot was kind of like $75 per video. I would say as a beginner, I like that so much better. I do not charge as $150 per video as, I would say, intermediate. As an intermediate, like, you know what you're doing. I guess it just depends on what your definition is of a beginner. But yeah, like I said, I plan on doing a video in depth of this. And also another way you can calculate your rates is you can do it hourly as well. I've seen a creator talk about this, where calculate how long it's actually taking you to do the project and how much you're paying yourself per hour, and that's a roundabout as to what you're going to charge. You can do it that way as well. If you are a beginner though, free gigs in exchange, like a video in exchange for a product, is great. Absolutely accept those. Yeah, free work, but if you don't know what you're doing, you need the practice. Like I said before, making your portfolio, pick products around your house and make videos. It's more awesome for someone to say, hey, make a video for me, I'll send you this product for free. And now you get a brand new product that you get to make a video for. So you're kind of dipping your toes into the process of receiving a product, making a video, and sending it over and getting feedback from it. So there's a few different ways you can calculate your rates, but like I said, that was a post I saw. I'm gonna come out with a video, stay tuned. So yeah, calculate your rates. You don't have to put your rates on your portfolio. That's a question that gets asked a lot too. I personally don't have my rates on my portfolio. Some people like to put rates on their portfolio, or not even rates, just like package deals, or just contact me for my rates or whatever you feel comfortable with doing. By all means, that's what you do. So now you're really getting yourself set up. At this point, you know, you have your portfolio, you have your email, you got your optimized social account. You're getting there. Now you're gonna do some research. You're gonna research on what brands you want to pitch to, who you want to pitch to, or maybe you don't want to pitch at all. Maybe you just want to go on freelance websites or UGC apps. I personally, in the beginning, was so scared to pitch. I did not want to pitch myself, so I started on the UGC apps and Facebook groups, freelance websites, whatever it was. Find brands you want to work with, that you want to pitch to, clients you want to pitch to, anything like that. It doesn't have to be a brand. Maybe you want to just work with apps. You want to do service-based UGC, which is creating UGC that doesn't require product. It's for a service. Maybe a cleaning company or some type of app on your phone, something like that, a game. Things that don't require a physical product. But do research and see maybe what types of brands you want to be working with. Maybe you had some in mind and then you go look at them and you see the content that they're already sharing and creating and you're like, I can't create that. That's not like my style. That's not what I want to be creating. So go and see what brands are posting, what they're doing, what's going on with them right now. And then if that's the brand you want to work with, by all means, get ready to pitch to them. My camera died. But anyway, yeah, so you're going to do your research, find brands that you want to pitch to, check out the content that they're creating. Maybe you can produce it even better. That's also an awesome way to pitch yourself. You can pitch yourself with an actual idea. But yeah, if they're producing content that you know how to make, you can do it. You got it. But doing some research and looking around and kind of seeing the ads that are running, looking in the meta library, just seeing what UGC is, how it's being created, how the videos are being created, what's being shared right now, things like that. It will help you so much. Okay, so yeah, you're all set up. You're ready to go. Now, the hardest part is getting started. Doesn't sound like the hardest part, but for some of us, it is. I remember it was a hard part for me to do. Just getting started. Start pitching yourself. Throw yourself out there. Just get going. Even if you don't like let's say you don't want to pitch. You're not comfortable pitching and you just started because, like I said, I was scared to pitch myself. So I started signing up for UGC apps, Facebook groups, freelance websites, Upwork, Fiverr, things like that. And that was awesome for me. I still sometimes don't want to pitch myself because I get in my own head. So if you don't feel comfortable off the bat, there's other ways to start. I know I have videos about UGC apps and freelance websites and stuff like that. You can find paid UGC jobs without pitching yourself. It's 100% possible. Trust me. I do it very, very often. And one huge thing I was scared of in the beginning, and you cannot be scared of, is hearing the word no. Do not take it personally. Sometimes brands and businesses just aren't looking for content, they don't have the budget for content, or they have other creators and they don't need any more. There's multiple reasons as to why a brand or business will say no to you, and you are definitely going to hear no. That's just how it is. Not everyone's going to say yes. Just don't take it personally. It's not always about you. It's not a personal attack on you. So don't take it that way because it will make you not want to pitch. I know I've gotten in my head about that sometimes in the beginning, and it was just hard for me to pitch myself because I was like, everyone's going to say no to me. No one's going to want to work with me. You know, the negative talk where you get in your head. And even sometimes now, I still do it. I'll admit it. I still do that sometimes. Let's say the brand does answer you and they say yes. Now you get negotiating and you get it going. They might send over a brief to you and the brief will tell you what they want, what they're looking for, You accept, you decline. Maybe some negotiating needs to happen, but they answered and said yes, and now you can move forward, and now you're starting with your first deal. That's awesome. Really, the hardest part can be starting sometimes, but 2025, a new year, we are getting it going. I have so many videos on my channel of UGC apps, freelance websites, how to create your portfolio, tips in UGC, videos of me literally just starting out, like from the beginning to now. So there's definitely some helpful things in there if you need. I actually recorded this video yesterday and was so in my head about it that maybe like halfway through, almost at the end, I'm like, this whole thing is shit, and shut the camera off and left it at that. So hopefully I like this one. I didn't even watch it back. I just knew I was in my head and like could not. Sometimes you just can't do it. If you're in your head, you can't force yourself to record a video. At least I can't. I can't sit here and pretend that like I'm not in my head when I am. So it didn't work. But yeah, that's what I have for you today. Any questions, comments, put them in the comments. If I have an answer for you, I will answer it. Let's get started again. New year, let's get us going. Let's make some money this year. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next week.